The secret is just my outside perspective. I see you're doing a lot on your own. I'm sure the restaurant is running with staff, of course, but from a content creation perspective, working that full-time job, the production, how are you coordinating all of this? Please share your secrets. The secret is just I don't. You don't. I don't. You think, everybody thinks that you see this image, you don't. And that's what keeps you going, by the way. Like you believe like there is always a better way to do things, so you continue adapting, you continue trying. And I tried everything. I tried focusing on one thing, it never worked. My brain doesn't function, doesn't flourish.
Same.
So I need this excitement, I need those a million things.
Is it counterproductive
To what?
to be doing so many different things?
No, for me, no.
Hello, welcome Raja.
Hello,
How are you doing?
I'm really good.
Thank you so much for joining me today in our podcast, Scaling with Sultan.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So, Raja, you are a creator. You are a professional executive, work in a corporate, and you are also a business owner. That's many things in one person.
Yeah.
Tell me, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, actually.
I mean, it sounds like you have it dialed in. I will definitely ask for some help after the podcast.
I am the right guy to help you.
Yeah, I can
If you're ready.
I've seen your content,
Yeah.
and I saw the transformation you've gone through, and you also, we discussed it when we first met. You told me about the transformation. It's an incredible story.
Yeah.
Can you tell the audience about it? I'm sure that it would be interesting.
Yeah, it's. I would like to connect some dots, actually. I'm glad you brought up this question because you just mentioned something about the time management and the routine, and I'm losing myself, and time, day is turning. This is where things start to, become very hard on you as a person. So you start losing time with friends, you start losing time for yourself and focus on this, and time to do your work properly. So everything affects. It's like a domino effect.
For sure, yeah.
So I took it the most simplest way. I started doing a routine for myself, fixed, and then other priorities come after it. So what I noticed, it was a bit tough in the beginning. And then after that, what started happening, which was surprising to me because I didn't realize it back then, is every other thing I started doing started becoming easier. So if I start off my day right, I get my workout, I eat well, I take care of myself, I dress better, I feel like I'm gonna go to this meeting feeling more confident, I'm gonna get this deal closed, I'm gonna work on this project better. It's the little things. So there is a non-negotiable that does not change, which is very simple. Food, workout, sleep, which is 90% of the problems of 90% of people, I would say. Then everything other thing becomes easier. So this is where it started. I was so in a bad shape and I was all over the place. So I wanted to set a routine. Set a routine for myself for the long run. This is the first time I did it and it actually works. And everybody knows what's his or her weakness at the end of the day. And you have to know how to overwork it because you really want that change so bad. Just that's it. Then I started working on food because I'm interested in food and nutrition, whatever, and I believe it's the most important thing that you should learn about. Started watching my food very well. First 6 months, I started at like 144 kilos in the beginning. First 6 months, I lost around 20 kilos just by adjusting my food. I cut down a lot of, the bad habits slowly, gradually. I started drinking more water, I started eating more protein, trying to look more into nutrition. After 6 months, I started working out. Very basic exercises, nothing complicated. I don't go on Instagram and I see a ripped guy doing a crazy jumping burpee, I don't know what, and then I get excited, I go do it and get injured. No. Basic exercises, do it every time. Don't change anything. Just consistency over time makes a huge difference. Obviously, throughout the journey, you change a lot. Physically, mentally, even from the, like I feel like even your presence changes, of course, in front of people. The way people perceive you changes. So I lost most of the weight until like I maintained a weight of around 90, 95, around 25% body fat, good muscle. I would say I would look fit. People would like recognize that I go to the gym. Until last September, I got bored. I was like, that's not gonna cut it. I wanna get ripped. So I started working on myself, and like 6 months later, I lost another like 12 kilos of fat. And here we are in the last stages of the cut. And yeah, that's it.
Impressive. You mentioned routine.
Yeah.
I think it is one piece of advice that if one loses control of a situation within themselves when it comes to their physical, mental, one quick fix would be the routine.
100%.
Yeah. Now there is another, because routine is something that I've developed, and over time, my problem was the opposite, by the way. It was not being overweight, it was being underweight.
Underweight.
So I've always had a very high metabolism, which I thank God for, because I now see that it is a quality rather than a disadvantage. But still, it is a challenge.
Of course.
You skip a meal, you lose weight. And if you're working a lot, also mentally, you're burning. So for me, it's always been putting on weight. And through routine, I managed to put on a significant amount of weight. Of course, with weightlifting, sports, and for many, many years, I've had that dialed in. But what happens, because challenges, it's not because you develop a good routine, you're done, you're set. There are shifts, changes. Ramadan, for example, a new challenge arises. It's the ability to recognize the situation and adapt your routine. That is also another skill that you have to build. You wake up for a year, 2 years straight at 4 a.m. This is your schedule. This is how you maintain your day-to-day. But then for some reason, you have to adapt. You have to change. Now you can no longer wake up at 4 a.m. You just got a child. Maybe you have to wake up at 3 a.m. now because of the crying baby.
Yeah.
Just one example. So the ability to adapt is also, if combined with a good routine or being disciplined with your routine, is key. And this is what I'm struggling, or not struggling, but I am working with at the moment, adapting and adjusting my routine towards Ramadan, but also running my business, because it's never been as large as it is now when it comes to workforce, as well as the new project that we've added on, building a platform, debugging, taking production. It's a whole set of new challenges that come with it. So we live and we learn.
Of course. Adapting is like adapting and doing things with like a certain level of optimistic thought process helps a lot. Because if I tell you go to Jabal Ali, from here to Jabal Ali, you're gonna open Google Maps, you're gonna see one route has an accident. Will you stop going to Jabal Ali if you expect a very important meeting to be done there? No, you're gonna find another route and a third one, or maybe postpone it, or tell them, okay, I'm gonna be an hour late, or can we postpone until tomorrow? So it can be done, but if you have the will to do it, that's the whole game. And you have to take it easy on yourself.
For sure.
A lot of people take it like, in terms of guilt, and I hate that. And unfortunately in society you'll get to learn the right or wrong because of guilt. Like if you want to teach a child why stealing is wrong, just scaring them from the police or telling them you're gonna go to jail, I believe this is wrong. You have to teach them morally why it's not right for you to steal. And why, if you want something so bad, you can work for it, you can get it. So that works even with us adults, by the way. It's the same thing. Even if you're 50, 60, I see it with my parents, with people around me. It's not like you're young, no. It's the same concept. So if you remove guilt, in terms of fitness, for example, I feel like I'm down, but I want to go because, I don't want to be fat. No, it's not the right thought process. It's not going to get you so long.
Some of these things get incorporated into your identity. Going out to the gym, meditating, breath work, work ethics. Now, if any of them, since we're talking about guilt, if any of these traits, characteristics, skills, habits come out of guilt, my opinion is that it's not ideal to have that link to your identity. I do this because I feel guilty. It might be a driver initially to get you to do something good, but it cannot be the sole motivator or you can't.
Pretty much.
It is a toxic feeling. It is a toxic emotion. It doesn't do you any good. When it comes to, or maybe you can counter and say, and I'm countering myself here, that feeling guilty for doing something bad is also something good. If you completely remove the...
No, I said like completely remove guilt of things that you want to do for yourself.
Yeah.
Like I find it very counterintuitive to feel guilt about the gym and fitness. This is what I'm saying. Or improving yourself, or working on your mental health, or whatever, something that has a positive outcome shouldn't be associated with guilt.
So let's dive in deeper to this.
Yeah.
When you say guilt, because the first thing that comes to mind for me, working out, not working out, that feeling of guilt that, oh my God, I just broke my routine. I'm no longer exercising. I don't feel good. I feel weaker. It hits your mental as well. You feel less charismatic, you're less confident. You overall are affected by it. It's a dominant effect, as you mentioned when we got started, right? So how would you say guilt plays a role in this internal scenario when someone misses something as important as working out?
I feel like it's all about, like, you can draw like a chart. No, for me, this is how I think. You're not feeling well, you missed a day at the gym because you had to, and you have to be real with yourself. You actually did not have the time. I had to work for 12 hours, and most of the time it's not the case, and you just know it. If it's not the case, then tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll go to the gym. It eases a very big part of your brain. By the way, it's like the best life hack I've taught myself in the last like 3-4 years.
Interesting.
So you have to be real with yourself. Actually think, what happened? Why didn't I go? Why am I putting myself into the stress? Why am I raising my cortisol for absolutely no reason?
You have to also be forgiving.
Yes, of course. You have to be forgiving, and you have to actually think of ways to make you the least stressed. Stress is not good for us. No, yani it's really bad for us. It ages you. It makes you do the wrong things. It makes you want to binge in terms of food, in terms of media, in terms of doing maybe bad habits, in terms of smoking. It does not have to be a specific thing, because you are looking for that dopamine. But if you practice delayed results or delayed
gratification,
yes, it really changes your day. It changes your mindset. And like I always give this example to my friends. Like I was like, no matter what happens, my routine is gonna stay the same, unless it's like a very extreme thing, like God forbid something happens, like a big thing. But what's the worst thing that can happen? Your boss sends you an email that you have to do more work. That's why you decided to order 3 pizzas and skip gym for 3 weeks. That's not a right thing. You work on yourself and you go do your routine. It's gonna be better. Just believe it's gonna be better. Opportunities will open up. By the way, whatever I say sounds like super cliche.
Yeah.
To me, 3-4 years ago, but until you actually believe in it and do it, it changes everything.
You know why it sounds cliche?
Yeah.
It's because everybody already knows that this is the way.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Yeah.
But so we just choose to ignore it sometimes.
We choose to neglect things that are trivial, while the things that are trivial and small and consistent, they build you the most, they make you the most successful, they make you the most money, they make you the most fit. Everything.
So let's switch gear here, and building on this conversation.
Yeah.
From the outside, I see you doing many things. And I relate to that very, very much. So I want to see or hear from you how you manage all of this. So let's break it down. You have a restaurant. This is new.
No, it's been. I didn't tell you, by the way. I think I didn't.
I saw on your social media.
You did. You did.
I saw on your social media. When we met, you mentioned the production business.
Yeah.
And I remember the conversation. It was a very interesting conversation around the type of production that you do, dentistry, right? Right. So that was. I was sitting yesterday with someone in the sales in the medical hardware space. They sell machinery and things, and he works a lot with dentists. So you came to mind. I said I have a guest tomorrow on a podcast, and he specializes in this. So I knew about that business, and now I realized that there's a restaurant, and then you have is it full time or part time with the ERP company?
It's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. Yeah. From my outside perspective, I see you're doing a lot on your own. I'm sure the restaurant is running with staff,
Of course.
but from a content creation perspective, working that full-time job, the production, how are you coordinating all of this? Please share your secrets.
The secret is just I don't.
You don't?
I don't. You think.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that you see this image, you don't. And that's what keeps you going, by the way. Like you believe like there is always a better way to do things, so you continue adapting. You continue trying. And you feel, and I tried everything. I tried focusing on one thing, it never worked. My brain doesn't function, doesn't flourish.
Same.
So I need this excitement. I need those a million things.
Is it counterproductive
To what?
to be doing so many different things?
No, for me, no. This is the only way I think I can be a useful member of society.
I'm asking you questions that I ask myself every day at the moment.
Yeah.
Picking one thing and seeing it through, isn't it more likely to succeed?
It is. For some people, it is. For me, it didn't work out. I tried. It didn't. It didn't. My mind, even when I do like my usual workflow, let's say I'm opening my computer and I'm just working on an edit, or I'm working on a project or whatever, I literally go all over the place, even without me noticing. I go open my email and then I check something and then I go back and then I want to find music, and then from the music I think of an older project that I'm keeping on the side, then I go back, and then everybody can relate to this. Everybody with a sense of, some kind of ADHD would, I think, relate to that.
I'm more than relating at the moment. You are describing my daily behavior.
So the only thing that works with me is to come at peace with yourself completely. That's why I know what an ADHDer. An ADHDer thinks differently, and he's like always, she or he is always dealt with guilt. You are late. You are not doing things the way you are doing. You are, I don't know what. But they don't understand what's happening in regarding the thought process. So that's why even when I was a little kid, it started off very late. I used to go with my dad. My dad works with sweets and stuff like that. He used to give me a simple task. Take the baklawa and put it, like wear gloves and put it, like organize it in a certain way. I used to hate myself. I couldn't. And he said, he used to shout at me, why aren't you doing it? I was like, I can't, don't give me a job. Like even at 6-7 years old, I used to like to see how they're doing the dough, how they're baking, the dynamic things. Why is he putting 3 kilos of flour? I used to just mess around, mix the chocolate with I don't know what. My brain was different. So this is for the typical people. They will not understand that this person needs to operate in a different way. Yes, there is a lot of self-accountability. You have to be self-accountable. If something is bad about your personality, you have to fix it. It doesn't mean that I'm a terrible person. It doesn't mean like I could be a terrible person to people because of this. I have to tame it. I have to work with it. There's a lot of, responsibility from my end to not let this make it harder for people I work with, for the family, for the people that I'm friends with, and some understanding from their side. That would be obviously ideal. So
understanding from their side, I would say, comes from communication.
Of course.
That's a key. I've been guilty of this, where you put so much on your shoulders because you want to be doing so much. Or you want to create, you want to experiment and try and see this through and that through, and you get caught up in your creation loop, and that journey, as painful as it may be, it is very rewarding to yourself.
Yeah.
But then you mentioned the people around you. Initially, I was guilty of being caught up, and still at times I am, caught up in my own head and my own creation journey, and forget that the people around you do not live inside your head. So you need to take time to communicate what you are doing, what you are struggling with, what you are facing, the challenges you are overcoming or trying to overcome. And if they are people that are in your life and truly do love you, they will understand and they will support, right? But you need to communicate that.
I believe like that's very important, but even communication sometimes is hard. Sometimes communicating will be counterintuitive. You have to be very, very careful. As someone, you're smiling. I know what I'm talking. I know that you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Because they will come up and tell you something very trivial. You're very late. You're trying to finish a project, whatever. Why didn't you start a week ago?
Context.
There is no context, you know? There is no, as you said, they're not inside your brain. For that, there should be like a certain understanding. And it becomes tough if you have a manager. If the manager manages to manage you properly, you're gonna get the most fruitful outcomes. If he understands this trait and understand that this person shouldn't be limited, shouldn't be constrained, should give them a certain, you know, kind of environment around them in terms of work, in terms of KPI, it becomes fruitful. It goes both ways, obviously, because without self-accountability, we're not kids. We have to be responsible. Even if you do a mistake or you do something that is comfortable for me and it actually caused an issue for someone else, you have to apologize.
Correct.
And it goes without saying, yani, and I see it a lot with a lot of movements where they start throwing, you know, random ideas and men should do this, women should do this, fat people should do this, fit people, I don't know what, people. Don't just believe, like, because of your thought process, or because of your belief, you wanna throw shade up on everything, of everyone, or to make everyone look uncomfortable. Well, it's not fair. We have to be accountable. We have to be accountable for our choices, and we have to, like, if we follow a certain lifestyle, I believe bare minimum is to know what are the positives and the negatives of this lifestyle, work-wise and personal.
You still haven't given me the secret sauce on how you do, because you are managing things at a certain extent. You said that you are not managing, but it will never be perfect.
Yes.
It will never, ever be perfect.
Yes, because managing in my mind is perfect. That's why I said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you are doing something. It's important to reflect on the success that you've achieved.
Yeah.
Not on the success that you want to achieve. No, this is the things that you've achieved at this moment.
True.
You've done something right. What are you doing right?
One thing at a time. Trying to isolate yourself sometimes very well. Sometimes I have to remind myself to focus. Putting a very long to-do list will never work. You look at it and you just feel, you know, in a wall. Just try to work. You know what do you have to do in your mind.
You know that moment that when your to-do list, your task list becomes a task.
Yes. Yes.
How do I tackle this?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It becomes a little bit more tough to deal with, I would say.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just start a task. I try to do it. What helped me a lot in the last, like, let's say, year or so, because this is a journey, we're going through it, we're learning as we go, is just finishing things that takes less than 5 minutes and on the spot. This helped me massively. You need to work on a quotation. The quotation takes 2 minutes. Just finish it right now. Just don't say I'm gonna have lunch and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have coffee and then I'm gonna do it. Just get it done. Like, it's all about the priorities and setting routines. Khalas, I know that I'm going to work. I'm going from 9 to 5. In this 9 to 5, if I'm 40-50% as productive I can be, I can get done with this day. So I manage around it. And I know that I have an hour or two to go to the restaurant to do such and such and such. I go around it, and I teach everyone around me to not depend on me 100% on everything, and simplify things. يعني in your head you have to think that whatever task you do is not as hard as you imagine it. We think that I have to do this, but no.
Sometimes we make it harder.
Exactly. They call me to خلاص, call the guy, the restaurant for example, they call me for an issue. What are you waiting for? You have a water leak. طب call 4 or 5 plumbers, tell me who's the best and tell me the price, I will agree. Why are you waiting for me? So this is how you build a certain system, and this system starts, improving. The issue that I'm still working on is like I would say bigger tasks, the bigger things that actually takes time. This needs, with me, what helped is teamwork. People around you, people keeping you accountable, strategically dividing the tasks between you guys, and then it becomes a bit easier. And what makes it work, I really love every single thing I do. I really love and enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy the restaurant. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy connecting with people. I enjoy working in the ERP company. I enjoy it. So it becomes much easier to manage.
And delegation. I want to touch on delegation with a caveat being AI. How are you using that at the moment? I can tell you my experience or my journey at the moment when it comes to AI, but I'd love to hear about what you are currently doing with that.
AI is a very hot topic. Even at corporates, we're talking about it every day. I use it every day, I would say. And I'm trying to... I use it in... Like, everybody uses it for emails, for sometimes it's very useful to... I would not say come up with ideas, because the ideas that the AI comes up is a bit too, clear that it's AI, to structure your ideas. So I like to type or literally speak like a very long voice note or whatever, summarize, readjust.
Which app are you using?
I use Gemini, I use ChatGPT, and I'm getting into also some AI tools for content creation. I'm just dabbling into it because I want to use it. I want to do something very proper. I don't want to do the typical look of AI. There is a couple of tools, but they're very expensive, but they're getting results that are really, really impressive. In terms of like creating a full ad using AI.
Do you remember any names?
There is one that's called Seed.io and Higgsfield. Yeah. But you have to be very good at prompting and stuff. And
we're using those. We're using Higgsfield big time.
Nice.
In our editing. You need to be good at prompting, and now they've just integrated Higgsfield to Cloud Code. So you can programmatically prompt the system Higgsfield to do motion design.
Nice.
Yeah. So you can speak into it, and then it will prompt it in a more advanced way to get what you want. And the future when it comes to post-production is in the making as we speak.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I believe like the age of manually doing everything, it's gonna go, like it's gonna be a part of the future, part of the past.
What I believe, adding to your point, the way I see it is, I'm not sure if you noticed the headlines recently. The SaaS industry has, if you look at the stock market, it's overall 150 billion drop the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Investors are no longer, or let's just say they're losing confidence in the SaaS industry. I don't think it's going away, but I think there's going to be there's a shift happening when it comes to SaaS and users of softwares. My opinion, it's shifting from people to agents, AI agents. That's a whole new segment in the SaaS space. you said you speak to the AI and prompt it for certain tasks. Now these LLMs right now are integrating to all sorts of softwares that we are using on a daily basis. So you can speak to your preferred LLM, whether it is ChatGPT, whether it is Manus, whether it is Claude. There's Cowork now, there's Claude Cowork, and then Claude Code by Anthropic. And they integrate to your favorite tools and they execute for you. And that is the future. Now, the integration is done through APIs and MCP, but it's being monetized through API calls. I do see in the near future users for AI agents. You want to sign up for HubSpot, for example, a CRM. You will get the option to sign up for as a human and as an AI agent or as an AI agent. And me, myself, I will have an account for my organization, my human users, and my AI agents. And that's what we're cooking in the background as well when it comes to our platform within our space, marketing and lead generation.
Nice.
So there is a shift happening at the moment. It's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, it's just like, it reminds me of the days where they used to talk about, the internet and how it started and how they were starting to give internet for free in the US. So they kind of get people on it. So there was a lot of loss. The cables were very expensive. They were giving it away at the beginning, and it felt like, it's just such a loss. That's why, that big AI, they're basically not profitable right now. And it does not make sense to all of us. They're taking all of those subscriptions. They have all of these users. But I believe it's literally the turning point, as you said. And once it becomes normalized, because AI, we are using it a lot, even in ways that you don't even realize.
Correct. Yeah.
Like editing softwares now have AI tools integrated into them. Like there is something I discovered literally by chance, and I think this will benefit you a lot in this podcast and editing this podcast. So basically, what did I do? I exported the audio. My intention usually, and when I export an audio, is just to get the subtitles. By mistake, I don't know what Gemini did.
Transcribed it, took the highlights, and tells you how to clip it.
Yes.
We're doing that.
You are doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I discovered that a couple of days ago. I was like, that's crazy.
So it's a feature we built into our platform.
Nice.
You have to equip the AI with the tools it needs to help you.
Yes.
You gotta give it eyes, you gotta give it ears, you have to give it a strong brain. And it's a good hardware if you're like now advanced into like OpenClaw, and it can do wonders. It can do wonders.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool what you can do and what you can experiment. And you just ask. Just ask. What will I like? Let's see what can it give you. It's such an interesting part of our jobs and our businesses right now, and I feel like it should not be neglected whatsoever, because it's like I saw one guy recently just making money out of finding businesses that don't have websites on Google, and he just copying the reviews, prompts, does the website, sells it for $500.
I have a website for you.
That's it.
I'll send it to you if you like it.
Exactly.
Pay me and I will give you connected to your domain.
Like this guy can make use of this loophole for as long as he can, and then make a lot of money. I mean, if you want to do something, you gotta find ways to do it. You gotta be smart with your tools. You can't use a ladder as a hammer. So you gotta be very smart with your tools, and you gotta be updated always, no matter what you do. If you're stuck in the past, you're gonna be stuck in the past.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Restaurant. You have a restaurant.
Yeah.
How are you managing that difficulty? And then we can also talk about if you're using any AI to help you there.
The experience of the restaurant started off in another location. It wasn't the most ideal location, unfortunately, although it seemed very ideal for what I wanted to provide.
Where was it?
It was initially in near to Living Legends, if you know the area. Majan, Barari, Al-Barari. You know Al-Barari area?
Yeah.
There is a community next to it called Living Legends.
Okay.
Nice villas and everything, nice community center with Carrefour and everything. So it made perfect sense. Nice shop, nice people, whatever. But there was like a lot of, challenges from the side of the community. I mean, not the community, the property manager of the mall itself. Because if I believe like in perceived value, if you don't position brands in a certain place and you position the right brands in the right place, it's not gonna work out. So basically there was next to me a cafeteria selling burgers for like 10 dirhams. And next to it was like construction. They're selling like paint and stuff opened up after we opened up. So it was not the right setup for what I'm trying to deliver. And people who used to come used to see how it looks. Why will I go buy from this restaurant? I'm gonna go to Carrefour real quick and leave. On top of the challenges you face with aggregators, don't get me started with that. All the aggregators everybody has issues with that because they promise you a lot of things and you have to pay money up front and you have to pay 35%, 40% of what you're making. And when you actually start selling, you discover that they take even more than that from certain things. It's crazy out there. Sometimes I discover that I'm in an extreme loss because of an aggregator. And you didn't even know that they take an extra fee because of an extra fee of an extra fee. So this is why it's very challenging. This is why I don't really recommend anyone to start a restaurant or an F&B business if this is all the money you've got. You're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna lose your mind of how much detail, how much certifications, and how much things you have to deal with. It's beyond you. If you love cooking, that's good. Does not mean you can run a business. The business aspect is completely different.
Yeah.
So after that, we found another location, which is in RIT, University in Silicon. Beautiful location, a lot of young students. It worked. It was like the talk of the university when we opened. We sold out in the first, let's say 2 weeks. We were selling out of everything.
The university is?
RIT in Silicon.
Okay.
It's a very nice university there.
Was it difficult to get the location within the university?
Not difficult, but you have to answer questions. You have to provide what you are trying to provide. You have to adjust your menu prices to be suitable for the students. So I had to slash down my prices. I have to adjust. I have to reverse engineer all my menu items. There is a lot of nice details that worked out. They ask you, of course, what are you trying to sell? What is the menu prices? This is where ChatGPT helps. This is where AI helps brainstorm your ideas, get done with those things quickly. They will have a good impression. You're submitting things on time. Sometimes you get things that you don't understand. Like what? You're working with a contractor and they send you for example, a floor plan, or electric plan, or approvals. You don't really understand those. Plug it into ChatGPT. Check what is he doing. Is it right or is it not? He's trying to sell me this spec of wire for my. Why is it so expensive? Is it actually true or not? I go research. This is where AI helps.
Those were you could say, hidden pitfalls of setting up a brick and mortar business, a physical location.
Yes.
Because you're getting into the business of selling food, but then you find yourself setting up a restaurant.
Yeah.
You've never been in construction before.
Yeah.
You could face difficulties there, but AI helps you.
Let's say, not do everything alone, but it helps you with the process. It's like literally an assistant. It's literally an assistant. Use it as an assistant. You're gonna find a lot of fruitful things that an AI can help you in. It can make you more productive. It make you understand things. It's nice in this aspect. It's nice to I get requests, for example, for catering. It helps me a lot to write a nice proposal for them instead of me going through it. What are the requirements, whatever. So it's an assistant, and I've always used it as an assistant since maybe it came out 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was. But you don't have to lose your authenticity and your human touch because of AI, because you can go now, right? How to make Mexican food, and it will give you 5 recipes, and it will turn out good. And I will tell you, they will turn out maybe great, but it will not be unique. It will not be you. This is why I believe doing things manually, trial and error, experimenting yourself, putting yourself out there is gonna give an authentic product people will feel. And this is something will not be explained with numbers, will not be explained with, measurable aspects, I believe so. This is why I feel like people loved our food. I worked very hard on the recipes. We are operating literally like a franchise. Everything is up to the gram. The marination, the spices, so it's consistent. You always eat from me today or after a month or after 2 months. It's exactly the same.
It's the McDonald's concept, right?
Yeah.
I've never been able to pronounce this, but we studied this in business university. McDonaldization.
Yes. How do you say it? McDonaldization, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll stick to that.
Yeah.
So and I've previously worked in other companies where they've taken that concept also, but from a real estate perspective, where it was a subleasing concept, where if you stay in this property, short-term, mid-term, here or in New York or in Singapore, the property looks the exact same. You have the same experience. And that does something for people, because we all seek familiarity. We want to be more comfortable, and we find comfort in something we are familiar with.
I totally agree. And I started noticing that more and more, especially when you travel. You just are always drawn to what's familiar.
Yes.
You want to always go to the mall.
Yeah.
And when you go to the mall, you go to the same brands.
That's such a Dubai thing.
Yeah.
We go to the mall.
Yeah, you go to the mall. Like it's like your comfort. No matter what, you need to go to a mall to get something, to buy something. It's always the case. You see the franchise chains, they're exactly the same. So you are drawn to them. خلاص, it's a safe bet. Whether it's a restaurant, it's a shop, it's whatever. You always look for what you are used to.
But it's such a buzzkill when you go to that place you know you're familiar with and you like, it turns out to be different.
Yeah.
Has that happened to you?
Yeah, a lot. Even with McDonald's, talking about McDonald's.
Disappointing.
Yeah. I've had pretty bad McDonald's meals abroad. Yeah.
So what is Raja's vision? Are you a creator? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a producer? Would you call it that? Someone, you're heavily into production space. What are you? If you were to pick one, we're all multifaceted. But if you are to pick one, and I know this is a difficult question to answer because you don't want to pick one, at least for me.
Same.
But if you were, because I'm asking any question in this podcast, by the way, we ask the guest, is most likely something I ask myself, right? If I were to drop everything and keep one thing, what would that be? I still haven't figured out the answer to this question. Maybe you have. It's difficult. It's very difficult. What is closest to your identity?
I think it's someone who creates, manages, and loves to create, loves to learn, loves to create. I don't know how to put this in better words, but this is why I am where I am. Anyways, it's the common denominator between everything. Curiosity and loves to create, loves to learn. But if you ask me what is the closest to my heart, it is content creation. It's the closest to my heart, I would say. I love everything about it. The bad and the good things. If there is I will drop everything. I will continue doing what I'm doing, which is like video production. Let's say into very, very niche, creative, lighting expert, DOP, cinematographer kind of line of work. This is what I see. I see myself as.
For yourself, content for yourself, or content for others?
For myself.
I'm facing a lot of challenges with content creation. Trouble with coming up with ideas, and then the execution. The execution, I'm investing into the production and post-production. I have editors, I have content coordinators, So we are getting to a level where if an idea comes, we can execute. But the idea is very important. Without producing pointless content, because you can just copy and it's not going to be true to you, what you want, your vision. The start is always difficult. And this is where I'm at the start. And I'll tell you what I'm doing. What I am doing, I've created an AI agent. And I've appointed this AI agent the role of my content assistant. And this is all new, brand new. I'm just setting it up.
Nice.
And this AI agent integrates to our platform. Our platform which is not live. It's not live yet. It will be live very soon. So we're testing it internally before it goes out to the public. This AI agent uses our platform just like any other user, just like a human would use any software to achieve certain output. This AI agent, who's powered by OpenClaw and using ChatGPT, well, GPT 5.2 as a brain, I talk to it through Telegram and I give it commands. Because I understand that good content comes from what I am doing on a daily basis. I am building a platform, I am running my business, but it does not come naturally to me to record it and turn it into a piece of content. It does not come naturally. I never think about it, write it down and execute it. I'm busy with different things, or so I think I am busy. So I've instructed it to call me on a daily basis, message me, and ask me questions about what I am up to. You pick up the phone and call me. Hey, Sultan, what are you doing today? You're going to a meeting? Or what's this meeting about? What's the status of the platform? How far is it coming along? When is it going to be? Asks questions, prompts me to capture information that might be good to be posted as a form of content. It records it into the platform. We have a CRM style pipeline for content, recognizes the potential pieces of content, and then initiates the content creation cycle. Ideation, scripting, putting the strategy together, and then reaches out to the team. Let's coordinate a shoot for Sultan. Make sure that the set is already teleprompter set, everything, coordinates everything outside of I record, and then progresses along with the next steps. There is a marketplace of editors inside the platform. They edit the content. From there, goes on to automatically being posted. So this is how much content does not come naturally to me, so I have to engineer it. Now, if it helps me, great. Amazing. We're pushing out content. And maybe we can take it, not maybe, for sure we will take it live. But essentially, if it only helps me and nobody wants to buy that, it's enough for me, as a concept. So I recognize that some people, content comes naturally to them. For me, it does not. Where do you sit in this?
I feel I'm more on the spectrum where it comes naturally. But it's like, depends on how simple you want to take it or how complicated you want to take it, and how do you actually want to see something live or not. It depends on the person. Some people work better with structure, I would say. They need a certain structure. This, then this, then this, then this. Then I have to review, then I have to do, then... Some people don't work like that. Some people work like, we've got an idea, grab a camera as simple as possible. Okay, I forgot this, let's put the camera again, record. Then I realized I need this asset, I don't have it, let's look for it. And let's, I don't know what, get done, and you upload. I believe it's an approach. How you take things and how you like it's a trial and error at the end of the day. If you think your way is giving you the best outcome that works for you and the team, that's pretty good. If you think some structure, parts of the structure that you're putting, they're getting into the way and they're making you move slower or not getting enough ideas, eliminate. Move by elimination. Eliminate this. Go back to the drawing board. As simple as possible. What will I need to do a great video? Let's see what people are doing. Copying is important. Copying is not like photocopy. No, understanding what people are doing, because we are all taking inspiration. The idea of this podcast is not yours. It's not mine. There's like a million other people that've done it. The idea of putting this flower, the idea of having those lights, they're all inspirations. Even content. Once you come at peace with this idea, and you understand how to manipulate it for you and how to take inspiration from things that are maybe beyond what you are doing. Let's say you watch a movie, and you hear like a nice part of the script or whatever, the guy is telling the girl or whatever, and you find inspiration in that. You can use it as an inspiration. It's not very common. I believe simplicity will always dictate how much content you get out and how fast it goes out. But simplicity does not mean no value. Does not mean if it's simple, خلاص, I will do everything. No. There should be some value that is given, but it should not be يعني slowed down by the process. Like if there is a way to tell you this podcast of having, instead of having 3 cameras, I'll put just 1. And it's gonna give you the same result. Will you do it or not?
Certainly.
You will do it. Why? Cost. It's 1 button, 1 camera. Less complicated to set up. There is a lot of good reasons. But if you tell me no, it's essential to have 3 cameras because I do this for this, and this is the value people look for. No, stick with your setup. So it's like the understanding of the process and trial and error, because there is a lot of people who put effort that for us will look so minute, and they're extremely successful and rich, and they make money, and they get invited to everywhere. So the effort is not what dictates success always. It's how smart are you utilizing this effort and finding the right tool to do it, right process to do it. And for me, what you said, what you mentioned right now, and the explanation of your workflow and the Telegram bot that you set up, and for me, this is massively impressive. Like for me, this is very, 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 very impressive. They're very interesting. I didn't know that even AI can call you. This is new to me. I see a lot of value on what you are doing, and if it works, I believe like you shouldn't stop. And this solution can be sold to potential clients.
Do you think you would use it?
Me?
Because you say it comes naturally to you.
Yeah.
Having that additional step, is it necessary?
It might help. I'm open to ideas. I'm always open to ideas. I cannot dictate something success without trying. I used to be like this before. No, it's not gonna work. No, it's I don't know what. Why are you using a Nikon, not a Sony? Oh, it's the video is gonna turn out shitty. I don't know. No, you didn't try. Who are you to judge? Maybe it will help. And eventually, everything you think will not help, and people are using it, you will find yourself using it and adapting and whatever.
You remember when ChatGPT came out?
Yeah.
People were saying, just use Google. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It digs deep. It digs deep into how we evolve as humans.
Yeah.
This is one prime example. And we should never, as a smart individual, you should never neglect anything new. You should not make fun of it, because this might be the next big thing.
Be open-minded, be curious.
Yeah. Like the example that people are talking about a lot is Chinese cars.
Yeah.
Chinese cars.
Yes.
I will tell you a prime example. For the longest time ever, we drive Japanese, we drive German, and American. Korean started popping off after the early 2000s. But those three countries that are responsible of the most cars we drive. The most famous, luxurious, performance, off-road, whatever. What happened the last couple of years? People were skeptical, but they kept pushing. They kept pushing. They kept pushing. Now they're providing cars, extreme value. They look unique. Features that you wouldn't even believe to get at that price point, and quality that actually is standing for what like they are promoting. They're promoting, now we're changed, we are providing good quality, because big brands, they started copying. Like a brand like BYD, you see how huge they are right now. They're a huge company. How did they start? They started by copying a Toyota Corolla. Literally.
There's a very famous clip of Elon Musk being asked about BYD. This was 10 years ago. And the journalist, the person interviewing Elon Musk asked him something along the lines of, what do you think about BYD stepping into the electric space, electric car space? And he laughed. He laughed it's recorded, you can watch it. He laughed at BYD live.
Yeah.
Look at them now. They've beat Tesla's market share, haven't they?
I think so. I think they sold more cars than Tesla last year.
Yeah. So what is next for Raja?
What's next is, I believe, is to focus on my personal brand, me, as authentic, as real as possible, to show this aspect to people, and I think people will appreciate that, and to share my learning experiences. And I feel I'm pretty good in sharing my learning experiences with products, because I used to review products heavily back then, and videos used to make a lot of views, but I stopped. Products that you use on a daily basis, maybe cars, technology, production, cameras, lenses, lights. This is something I'm passionate about too.
So you see yourself getting back into that?
Yes, and taking this as the full time that I do.
While running the restaurant?
Yes.
While running the production company?
Yes. But I have to give up, obviously, my full-time job if I want to do that. Yeah. Because they cannot just be all together. It's not possible. It
is not possible.
Like, there's absolutely no time.
Yet.
Yeah.
Unless we meet again, I'll set you up with the bots.
Yeah.
The Rajas.
That would be insane, by the way.
Maybe you can get another full-time role in another company.
Well, you never know,
Yeah. It's a pleasure to have you today, and I really enjoyed the conversation.
Same here.
Wrapping it up, I usually ask this question. Is there something that you want to put out there today for your future self? Something you want to say to your future self?
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing everything right, and if you're not, you're gonna learn throughout the way. As simple as that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.